those. You can peel off those also.
This is the heat limb or?
This is dampening. Noise. Yeah, noise. When the original compressor, when we changed it, the tube goes in, and instead of cutting here, we cut here. So we sand this pipe, and we use this pipe for next connection. So this one is 8 millimeter, and the one coming is 6 millimeter. So usually your Lokring is 6 to 8, but you also have an 8 to 8. So when you cut here, this is 8, so it stays 8, and the new compressor has 8, so you do an 8 to 8 connection, and it's straight pipe, so there's enough straight pipe, you don't need to recut again. So that's what we did with this one. Do the same here because we have very little we can spare.
Yeah, you want to try?
Now with this one, I would use sandpaper to clean before, because after it's going to be difficult to clean. Because this has to be straight. This is where we're going to do our connection. So try to straighten it up as much as possible. This is really because we did a compressor change before. Because normally we wouldn't have to be so careful.
So precise,
you know, you have room.
Yeah.
Because the original compressor is soldered in, so you have room. So now with this one, we need a tube cutter. A tube cutter, 45 degree. So
45 degree?
Yeah, 45 degrees. So we have nice opening. The opening is nice. And the biggest challenge,
I barely can see it there.
when you install it, you have to go through the connection. You see now it's blocking, so you have to bend it to make it straight. Not the best position. So about 1 centimeter, then you make a bend like this. So now you can go in and out. It's gonna stop the same spot.
Yeah.
You see, because I make a bend, not 90 degrees, just a small bend like this. All right. Now we can clean here. This is the new dryer. It is UV dryer. By the way, we receive a specification for this dryer, and also we receive assurance from the engineers that you can install as many as you want. It is not damageable for the system. So this one also shows you the flow of refrigerant. You get an arrow and it's UV dry. One thing very important also, you might want to catch that, let's unplug this, is that it is usually not screwed in.
valve, yeah.
The valve,
Okay.
you see, it's very loose. I did half a turn and it's undone. So when you Lokring, you have to go and close that valve. Otherwise, it's a leak. If you don't go and then screw it back, it's gonna leak for sure. Because just this cap, unless you take this cap with a plier and squeeze it very tight, it's gonna leak. So basically I say, okay, I need a 68. This is the compressor, suction, or process. I'm installing the process. So 68 is gonna be 48001, which should be, where was it? Yeah, there you go. So this side should fit, and this one I kind of damaged it a little bit. I might have to cut it, some of it out. It stops at the edge inside the halfway, yeah, like this.
Yeah.
Because you know you're gonna have to close a panel here. So pre-angle it as much as you can to see if you're able to angle it without bending too much. But you see what I mean?
Yeah.
You have a little bit of play. So now we are ready to do a connection here. I can show you. You see? First of all, if you do a connection that's a little bit vertical like
Yeah,
this,
so
it's
you
not,
want to apply this first
you want to apply this first.
and then play with it.
Do not apply it completely at the end, but a little bit farther back.
Yeah, and you
And
want
then-
to play with it a little bit.
Oops, lost my glasses.
So it penetrates in.
So same thing here. You would like to drop it here. A nice big drop. And then enter it and rotate 360. When you close it with this tool, first of all, show you the tool. The tool, the two pins, if you're right-handed, you should be putting the pin down. This clip here is just to move the handle, either straight, sideways like this, or sideways like this.
Yeah.
The other one is gonna be the one you're cranking. So this one, when you release it, you can actually open the tool. If you don't move this one, it's gonna stay straight. So it allows you to open it up. You can actually open it up like this. Go around, make sure you're all the way in. And what's important when you're connecting is that the head stays straight like this. If you bend, if you don't hold here, when you're gonna crank, it's gonna want to pop out.
Yeah.
So it's super important that it stays straight like this. Now the downside of doing it like this is that normally
This moves.
exactly, and now we don't want to move this one for 7 minutes. So when we enter it, you gotta be extra careful. If it's not, you know, not to touch it when we enter it in the hole.
Yeah, because of the seal.
Yeah. So now you want to let it dry for. So what we can do though is that we can connect our tubing, our other tubing. We can
the
connect.
piece we cut.
Yep. Six to 8, and we can do a connection, and we can pre-bend this as much as possible.
It's supposed to go this way and then,
Well, it's going to connect there. So imagine the compressor being here.
yeah, it's supposed to somehow to go this way.
So align it. It's going to be here. It's going to come here.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to turn it like very sharply. And then you can twist it going up.
And then we can cut whatever is loose.
Exactly. So you try to leave it straight as possible because you.
And
So
we can
you-
cut it somewhere here.
This is the dryer. And we have the connector for the dryer is a 4 to 2 millimeter.
On this side
Yeah.
and 4 to 4 on this side.
Exactly. What you're going to do when you have a vertical connection is that you're going to put a drop very high
And then
and
we'll
use the tip and spread it out and enter right away. Don't let it go down, the drip go down and block the hole. That's how you block a hole. Either that or you enter your tubing and then you pull it out just a little bit and you put your drop on top. You rotate, the capillary action will spread it inside, and don't overdo it. Don't put too much, otherwise you're gonna end up with a blocked tubing. Pressure inside the tank. This one will tell you the pressure you're gonna send to your system. So let's open this up. We can see we have like 2,000 pounds of nitrogen in there. And now we want to put no more than 140. So we're gonna crank this until you see the needle moving. And you can see now 100, let's say 140, all right? So 140. Now we're gonna start by the right, the high side, the red gauge. So open it up all the way. So give it a, there you go. Open it. Yeah. Show us.
So 120.
So 120, so we can see there's a little less. Why there's 120? Well, very good reason, because we didn't open the low side. And you can see pressure starting to build up.
Right.
Why?
Let's go all the way.
It goes all the way through the capillary. So that proves that our capillary is not blocked.
Yeah.
Now, with R600 gauges, it only goes to 58 psi. So what you want to do, you want to disconnect your low side and work only with the high side because you're going to damage your gauge. So let's disconnect the high. It's going to take a little bit longer. These hoses,
Yeah.
they're special hoses. They're
Brazing.
lossless hose, but also when you unplug it, anything in the pressure stays in there.
Yeah.
The only way to release would be to crank this or try it.
Open this.
Yeah. You see? Now you release whatever pressure that was in.
Right.
So if you disconnect and you have refrigerant, it's going to stay in the hose. So it's very good hose. I love those hoses.
Yeah.
So right now we can do bubble test. You want to do a bubble test? If you close, you can see go down because it keeps on going. But still, we have what, 60, 70, so that's enough for bubble test. We can leave it open.
And to use the
Yeah.
soap?
Yeah, it's up to you. If you
Yeah.
want to use yours, I have here, same.
Yeah, it's the same.
Big blue. This, by the way, we're in vacuum. We're at zero, so we can disconnect.
So zero pressure means that.
Well, right now it's if we leave it running a little bit longer, we did a very short vacuum. Let's
Yeah.
face it. So probably the system is not optimal. Yeah, you can unscrew.
Can you tell me again why we doing this? Why we
You close it, then you unplug. No waste at all. No gas inside the customer's house. That's the reason. But frankly, with these hoses, it's almost the same. If you have lossless hose, what happened with lossless hose is that when you screw, you seal, you have a seal inside. Instead of being just a seal when you screw, you also have a seal around. So when you screw, you actually seal, then you screw more and it pushes the valve. So when you unscrew, it stops pushing the valve, but it's still sealed. It's not releasing any gas, but it's stopped pushing the valve. So whatever, when you unscrew, whatever is left in that little chamber is what you lose. So minimal release, almost nothing. So you could get away probably with, and these HVAC to go, $100. These 3 hoses, very good, very good.
Yeah, this is what I think.